Alright guys, welcome to a brand new FM17 save on the Wasted Talent channel. With me, Francis Jeffers, former potential King of Merseyside in England, Francis Jeffers. Pay no attention to the devious bastard on the right hand side. That is what happens when you attempt to make an avatar using Francis Jeffers' face. He just looks devious as fuck and I don't trust him. So what I'm doing, I've started a new save. I've taken over Sheffield FC, recognised as the oldest football team in the world, and we're going to restore them to their former glory. They are in the English Northern Premier League First Division South, which is just a mental name for a league, which isn't actually obviously in the vanilla Football Manager, so I've had to use English Lower League Tier 8 from the Steam Workshop. But yeah, let's get into it. You might notice, by the way, that there's already quite a few news items been generated. Say this is the first day of a new save. It's because I've already had a look through the squad, I've had a look through the staff and the facilities. I've sacked all the staff because, to be fair, they were all a bit shit. So Elliot Castle gone, Morgan Weller gone, Glyn Hallahan gone, etc. You know, it's the start of the Francis Jeffers dictatorship. What can I say? It's worth noting as well, when I was setting the game up, I ticked the little box that says add players to playable leagues. Because when you go this low down in the divisions, quite often, you know, teams don't have enough players. So I've told FM to generate some players, so we don't have that problem. And to be fair, we've got some quite decent ones. To say we're in the 8th tier of English football. Well, we've got Gary Thomas, who's got 15 pace, 13 flair, 13 technique, good team player as well. And this is what I think will be my starting 11. I've had a look through the squad, I've had a look at all these players. I'm going to play 4-2-3-1 start out with, just as standard as you like, standard, flexible, no team instructions. I'm just going to see how they get on. I don't want to overload all these part-timers with just instruction after instruction, just confusing the hell out of them. Another thing that stands out on this page is the fact that our keeper is shit. We don't have a good keeper. I don't know how you even get to this level with a one-on-one rating of 2. So, goalkeeper aside, we have got a half decent team for this level. I'm hoping to take them up at the first time of asking, and I think these guys might be able to do it. We have got a big squad as well. I've pushed up all the people who are in the under-23s and the under-18s. So we've got a big squad at the minute while I get to know everyone. Got Ben Turner, who's the right back. Decent all-rounder, excellent determination, good fitness, and just a bit of an all-rounder. He's actually one of the best players on the team. At centre-back we've got Jamie Hadfield, who cannot mark for shit, and he's just going to be wandering out of position all the time. But that's fine, because next to him we've got Lee Cooksey, who's more of the same. It's the 8th tier. I'm going to keep saying this, it is the 8th tier of English football. So everyone else is shit as well, don't worry about it. Daniel Smalley, oh, just awful. Got a bit of pace though, and you know, I think that's all we need. Michael Towie is going to be what have I set him as? A ball-winning midfielder. He's going to win the ball back for us and lay it off to some of the other guys in front of him. He's a bit of an all-rounder, a bit shit defensively, which is not necessarily what you want for a ball-winning midfielder, but I'm sure he'll do a job. Next to him is Brandon Potts, who's got a good first touch. He's a clever player in that he can get the ball, look up and see where it needs to go, and decide where he's going to put it. He might have a problem actually getting it there. The execution might be what lets him down, and the fact that he'll only be able to last about 20 minutes before he's blowing out his arse. But what can you do? Ben Partridge on the right wing. Decent bit of pace to him. Decent bit of dribbling. I think he'll be fine. Jamie Cheatham in the middle. He's another regen and one of the younger players in my starting 11. He might actually be the youngest. He's got a fair amount of pace, very determined, and that is a theme in this squad actually, determined team players. And there is quite a bit of pace in the squad actually, and those 3 things are good things to have throughout the squad. I like that a lot. Left wing then, Gary Thomas. I think we've already touched on him. He's got, decent bit of pace, flair, aggression, technique, good team player, good work rate, solid left winger. And up front, to be honest, it's a toss-up between a few people, but I'll show you Alec Denton, because I think he's who I'm going to start with. He's got a decent bit of pace, good work rate. He'll score sometimes. So I'm meant to be having a meeting with my assistant manager. The thing is, seeing as I've sacked him and all of the other staff, seemingly the only person who hasn't yet left the building is Mick Jenkins, my soon-to-be former fitness coach. So I've had to ask him to take a minute away from clearing out his desk and ask him to welcome me to the club that he's about to leave. So that's very nice of him to show up, to be fair. So this is Sheffield FC. We are a semi-professional English club. Play at the Coach and Horses Ground, which is an excellent name for a stadium. This is my favourite bit. The club is affectionately known as The Club. When you're the oldest team in football, the first team that was around, that would be a nickname, wouldn't it? Because there are no other clubs. You are the club. We retain a fierce rivalry with Hallam, who are in the lower leagues. We don't need to worry about them. They can eat our dust. Basic youth facilities, very poor training facilities, basic junior coaching, and basic youth recruitment. At least we've got all those things, to be fair. We've never won a competition. Let's get that changed. So you may be thinking, how does this get any better for Sheffield FC? They have pulled off the deal of the century. They've recruited former England international and Everton and Arsenal superstar Francis Jeffers. How does it get better? We sign another superstar. It's only Ronnie Warwork as my assistant.
Horsfield's touch. Campbell, here comes Greening. Horsfield far post. Jeff Horsfield for Warwork. Brilliantly worked by West Bromwich Albion.
Look at this. Look at these career stats. Manchester United, Stockport and Carlisle, West Brom. He tailed off towards the end. Former Manchester United defender? Midfielder? A little bit of both? Ronnie Warwork, my new assistant. Get in. Okay, fair enough. So Francis Jeffers has gone to Sheffield FC. Ronnie Warwork has gone to Sheffield FC. Surely it can't get any better. It's only Lee Hendry.
Vassell, Hendry takes over! What a goal, Lee Hendry!
Still playing. Who knew? No idea what his stats are like, but I saw he was available and willing to come on a trial, so let's see how this goes. I am so excited. For anyone who doesn't remember Lee Hendry, he played for Aston Villa sort of late 90s to mid 2000s, and I remember him being quite good. I remember him scoring more goals than this, for example. But he was a good midfielder in his day. He's had a lot of off-field problems apparently since that time, but I'm hoping we'll get him back to his best. You know, he's nearly 40, he's got a cap for England. It's time for a second wind. So when we took Hendry on trial, we didn't know any of his stats whatsoever. He's been on trial for just over a week. We can see his stats, and to be honest, he still looks pretty good for this level at 39 years old. Okay, so this is a write-off. This is an absolute write-off, this column. But he's still got pass in him. He can take a penalty, gets a few goals that way. He's determined, he's got skills, he's got vision. He's a clever player. He might even be captain material. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe. So I'm gonna bring him in. He's agreed terms. He's going to sign a part-time contract. Lee Hendry. He'll be central to Sheffield FC's push for promotion this season. Oh, the fans are delighted. Well, they're pleased. Right, this press conference welcoming Lee Hendry to the club was going quite well. I was just saying, yeah, I'm delighted to see him, blah, 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 blah. Sheffield are Lee Hendry's 6th club. Do you think it's a risk to sign a player with perhaps some question marks about his loyalty? Something's not right there. Wow, okay, so yeah, we found a bug because we are not his 6th club. I was going to say, if we're his 6th club in 23 years, that took me way too long, 23 years, then that's not too bad at all. But no, I'm not even going to count. That's way too many clubs. You Hawley. Right then, guys. So we're about to start our first match. It's going to be against Kidsgrove away. Not gonna lie, don't know much about them. Other than that they're in our division. What are they predicted to finish? They're predicted 3rd. Bollocks. We're predicted 7th. Okay, so it's not out of the question that we beat them. They probably will edge it on paper. I'm going to stick with the standard formation and just make changes accordingly. So there's been a few transfers during the summer. We've gotten rid of quite a few just bad players. Ben Turner, who I mentioned before, our best player, on the eve of our first game yesterday, he left to join Ghoul. It wasn't the best. That was a scary few seconds until I realised we're in the semi-professional level of football. So I offered him a better contract and he came straight back like the same day. It was a bit weird. I had to ask the captain to introduce him to the squad and everything like that. It was. We've also brought in Lee Hendry, obviously, the man himself. He's going to start at cam for us today. Ben Sampaio, signed him, former Chelsea player, then moved to Brighton and then sort of been a bit of a journeyman ever since. He's got pretty good all-round stats. Good leader, good determination, good work rate. I always like that in just any player. And otherwise, just really well-rounded, average stats. And he can play anywhere across the back too, so that's always a bonus. And also Dominic Dell. He's a young striker, just to give the other strikers a bit of competition. Pretty good pace, pretty good off the ball, anticipation, finishing. First touch might let him down, but he's not going to be a regular starter at the minute. So this is the formation we're going with. Ben Turner back in the team and back in the lineup. Cooksey and Bill Cresswell, 16-year-old regen, will start at the back. He's got pretty mental attributes. Fairly decent technical for a centre back, fairly decent physical. So he'll do a job. Going to throw him straight in. Lee Hendry starts in the cam position, obviously, because it's fucking Lee Hendry. So let's go. I love this new feature, the little cutscene before big games. What can he do? Towie. Hendry, find a way through. Partridge, Towie! Oh! Fucking hell, that was close. Oh, that would go miles wide. Leandri, go on, make my day. Anyone, really. Oh, beautiful finish, Potts. Beautiful finish. Brandon Potts. Oh, mediocre centre midfielder. 18 years old. He's got plenty of room to grow. Oh, that was a great goal. We're working it quite well. We're having to sort of play short, sharp passes around the penalty area, but we've done it quite well so far. That's twice we've been in a similar situation. The first time I think we were fairly close to scoring. The second time we did score. Saying that, is this 1-1? Not yet. Oh, fuck off. How has that happened? Birchall gets it, cuts inside. I'm going to have to pause it, because I think... Slow it down. Oh no. It was just a right-footed bloody lob to the far post. One shot, one goal for that. Oh no, here comes the second. Hodgkinson. Good lad, Baldry. So yeah, I'm not too concerned about that. A fluke goal, you might say. From one of their only two shots. Here we come again. Thomas on the left. Gets an in for Denton. Come on. Straight at the keeper from about 6 yards out. Alec Denton looks like he's struggling a bit. How's he doing? He's had 2 shots, 2 on target. He's been offside a few times. That's worrying. He's won 2 out of 7 headers. Okay. Oh, he's 5'6". I'm not surprised. I didn't see that about him. His jumping's non-existent. Okay, what's Ollie Ryan like? 5'9", and he can reach the same level of jumping apparently. Excellent, excellent. Ben Partridge can play up front. What are you like? You're a bit more of a target man, yeah. I'm not going to play you as a target man. I just want someone who can head a fucking ball. Cheatham will do as a winger on the right. And we're going to go a bit more direct and a bit more structured as well. This is a shocking match. I mean, we're doing pretty bad. Kidsgrove are awful. To be honest, if they're predicted third for the season, I think we might be alright. I think we might boss this league. Let's give Ollie Ryan a couple of minutes at the end and stick Royals on for Towie as well. See if the extra legs will do us any good. No, is it just gonna fizzle out? Chris Birchall's been booked, the score of the bloody fluky goal. Oh, and Lee Hendry's injured. Oh, that's the worst news. Potential thigh injury. Okay. We have got a corner though. 5 minutes into injury time. Well, in the 5th minute. Go on, someone. 1-1 it finishes. Oh, what an explosive start to a new series. You've done well. I mean, they are predicted third. We were away. We were held from getting a win by a fluke goal. I'm going to keep saying that. I could have done without Lee Hendry getting injured. I was planning to base, the Francis Jeffers take Sheffield to the Champions League franchise mostly on Lee Hendry. But okay, Lee Hendry's injured for 6 to 8 days. So could be a lot worse. But that's where I'm going to leave it for today. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like the video, and see you next time. Bye.